Hi everybody, it's me, Juniper Bloom Mystique. I'm coming on today with a collective soul read, a spirit message, and something important I have to say. For those of you who don't know me, I am an ascension master, master healer, and divine guide. I am the one who brought about the ascension. Check out my channel to understand what that means. It's not simple, it's quite complicated, it's quite layered, and it does not mean that I just heal people, okay? I am not your regular run-of-the-mill psychic healer. I am a master. I am part of the gods of time, okay? So who I am is not normal, and I want to talk a little bit about what I did the other day. So on the 25th, I did a workshop. Spirit asked me to hold off to the 25th. Some of you may know that because you partook in the workshop. This was for my monthly healing. I will be doing more workshops because that's who I am, that's what I do, and Spirit's nudging for more. So just know that that's coming. However, I was going to do the workshop on the 24th, and Spirit told me to put it off till the 25th. And my Divine Masculine joined me energetically, and it was a lot to do with the return of Christ. He and I got filled with Christ's light, and let me tell you, I feel so sick today. I feel like I am just I keep hearing purging. I'm purging some stuff. Like, it's yucky. It feels horrible. I feel sick. Like, I don't even think I can go to work today. That's how I feel. So this is very powerful. He and I got filled with Christ's light. We brought more Christ's light down. But here's the significance of the 25th. Some of you are aware that there was an eclipse on the 25th. It was the moon aligning with the sun to block the sunlight. That was purposeful and not in favor of the light. Okay? I've told you before, the moon is a false concept. I have cut ties with the moon as far as a false concept. It is not what people believe it is. It was designed to really control and hurt. If you don't believe that, please watch my videos, okay? Because I did one in there where I cut ties to the moon, and a satellite fell out of the sky too over Oregon at the same time. So this one, on the 25th, Spirit called in a workshop. They asked me to wait till the 25th, so I did. I actually rescheduled it, I think, twice. I'm like, okay. And I really wasn't thinking about the eclipse. Here's the thing, what we did with the eclipse. It was like a surprise attack. They had me tilt the earth to where we were able to receive the sunlight. So I rotated the earth slightly to the right from my perspective. It was just turning to the right, to the right, to the right. And then we drew down. Prometheus was a god. He was there, Hermes was there, a whole bunch of gods were there. And we drew down the sun to the earth on the 25th. And it was like a surprise attack, and that's what Spirit kept telling me. They didn't expect it to come. They did not see us doing that. They didn't see it coming at all. They were not aware that was going to happen, and so it didn't go in their favor, right, as far as the battle of light and dark goes. It went in the favor of the light. But we literally took back the power of the sun. And in doing that, the yin and the yang came in again, and it represents the divine feminine and divine masculine, my DM and myself, and all DMs and DFs aligned and combined, because he and I is the return of Christ, and we were literally sitting next to each other, and he put his hand on my heart energetically, and it was like healing what had been done. It wasn't him, right? And so he's healing all of the damage that was done by the fallen angel through my DM, the one that died. For those of you who don't know that story, I have done the ascension work, which includes uniting the twin flames, and he and I are the return of Christ. It's been depicted several times on my channel. So on the 25th, the really cool part is they had the eclipse that was trying to hurt us, trying to block awakening, trying to block incoming energies, and yet we were able to do it. And then on the Earth Master YouTube channel, he's an Earth Master, so he just talks about the weather, he talks about the sun. He had an image of the sun with a smiley face on it. Check it out, it's the Earth Master. And I'm like, holy shit, like, I have to tell everybody what we did. So the workshop that I did on the 25th with my DM and I love him. He helped open up my heart a little bit. We both received Christ's light. We brought down more Christ's light through the sun, the rays of the sun. We brought the rays of the sun into the earth. And that's why I've been doing the focus of receiving the sun energy, because it was not what we were supposed to be able to do. They were blocking us from it. So I'm really proud of that. I'm really fucking proud of that. And it may be simple to you, But in truth, it's not a simple thing that occurred, okay? So I wanted to let you guys know that. October 24th, the 25th, we did more than I ever imagined, which I usually do in my workshops. They're not just simple ones. Where we moved the earth so that the eclipse could not affect us in a negative way. And we literally brought down the sun. We bypassed the moon and we brought down the sun. I saw it in my thing. I described it as I was doing it. And he and I were filled with massive amounts of Christ light than everybody else that was with me was, and the golden rays of the sun. It was beautiful. So if you want to receive that golden light you weren't supposed to have access to, it is in the earth, okay? Tune into the earth, tune into the earth, tune into the earth. Release, release, receive, receive, okay? That's why I keep doing what I do. That's why I did the Hertz music I did. That's why I talked to you guys about the sun and the importance of the sun. I didn't know that was coming. I did not put it together until I did the workshop on the 25th, which aligns with the eclipse that was there. So we said, fuck the eclipse, we bypassed it, and we brought down the sun. And the sun is literally smiling. Check out Earth Master YouTube channel. It is smiling. I'm like, no freaking way. This is crazy shit. I love what I do. It blows my mind every time. Every time I still blow my mind for who I am. And the moments I forget, something like this happens, you know, and I'm like, oh, I'm just so reminded of who I am and the work that I have done. So I'm very proud of that. We bypassed the eclipse and we were able to receive the sun for the earth, which is a huge mass awakening and more further into the return of Christ. So my DM and I are being drawn together. My energy is totally wonky today. Like, I am not okay. I'm literally hot and cold. I feel like I have the flu. So I know we took on massive amounts of Christ light. And I just feel so off. So I took off the day from the crisis center. And I'm going to focus on my spiritual work, meditating. I've got a live tonight on Facebook that I will do. And I will be working on creativities. That's what they're pointing towards. I need to catch up on creativities. There's something about pyramids I need to make that I haven't been making. Because I also make healing ones. They're very relevant. Filled with Christ light. And we did like a flour and a oil concoction for the workshop that is filled with also Christ light. And the rays of the sun that I need to make some candles for. So that's what I will be doing today. Just getting in balance. Staying in balance is huge because there's major changes coming. So this was part of the event, and that's what they're saying. It was like we sideswiped the darkness. We went behind their back. They didn't see it coming. They didn't know it was coming. I said that in my workshop. This was like, surprise. And we literally moved the earth to the right like a quarter turn, anchored it in, and drew down the sun, and drew down the sun, and drew down the sun. It was badassery. Like, I'm so proud of it. So the eclipse schmips, it didn't happen like it should have. They didn't block the rays of the sun that were beneficial for us, that were DNA activations. So, you want to know how to ascend? I'm telling you, I have all your answers, okay? I will help you ascend. It's not a joke. The war and the darkness and light is very real. And even to the bitter end, they are trying to block. They're trying to control. They're trying to block. And it's not happening. I'm so proud of that. It was a workshop, so it is recorded. I don't know that I'll share it or not. But I'm just proud of it. I'm proud of the fact that I was still able to, even though I should have died on this journey, I was able to take us beyond what I should have. I was able to take us into that 7D. And now I'm able to undo their fucking attempts at blocking the sun from the earth and hurting people. And I'm very proud. Talk about a warrior goddess. I'm very proud. And I love my DM. And he put healing light into me. And his words were, it's not me, it's not me. So it wasn't him that did the damage. It's him that's repairing the damage done. Okay? So we have a hero. And that's the song I'm hearing right now. Is you can be a hero, baby. You can take away our pain. You can take my breath away. As you can be our hero, baby. Yeah, he can be our hero. He can take away all the damage done. He can heal the pain that was caused. and flood this earth with love and balance. So the return of Christ truly is about the return of the yin and the yang, the actual return of the yin and the yang, which is masculine and feminine, king and queen. He and I are crowned king and queen. We were in thrones next to each other, sitting on a throne. That's how it happened. And we received Christ's light than everybody else did that was there in my workshop, the angels, and then we brought down the rays of the sun and we filled it into the layers of the earth. And this is causing the earth to expand even further and shake and moan and groan and do what she needs to do. And I'm very fucking proud of the work that I have done and that we are doing. And this is part of the return of Christ. Okay? So we had some cards fly out. Okay? So I'm going to put them out for the collective soul. This is a collective soul read at this point. So if these messages resonate, they are for you. They're for everybody they need to tune into, and they are timeless. So whatever part is for you is for you. The whole thing is for you, that's great. If pieces are for you, that's great. There's something here for everybody. Okay? I'll be using my Crow Oracle deck first. And so to my new DM, I just want to say thank you. Keep proving me wrong. Keep proving that you are filled with love and light, and you're winning my heart every time. Like, it's not a joke. And I can't wait to truly be sitting next to you, because energetically we are. And I feel that ring more and more and more. It draws my attention to my finger. And this is part of the big event. Like, we totally thwarted the eclipse. And now the sun is shining. Check out the Earth Master YouTube channel. It's badassery. I'm telling you, it is fun. And I have it recorded, so there's no doubt about it. It is freaking badassery. I'm very proud of who I am. So to all the people who do my workshop, I'm proud of you, and I thank you. And the fact that you have been with me and helped do this is huge. And so just know you're not going unnoticed. I'm so lucky. I am so lucky to be who I am and to be doing the work that we're doing. And who wouldn't want to bring down Christ's light in that manner? Who wouldn't want to bypass the darkness and bring down the light and shed this planet with Christ's light and love and risk their life to do it? I did, and I will do it again and again and again. I'm so fucking proud. So I'm just throwing that out there. And to my new DM, he chose to take on a life that was not originally his. He totally changed his whole entire existence just to be with me and to be him. Just to be able to be that person. That's huge. It's nothing light. It's very big. And it's a challenge. Everything he knew is changing. And so I just want to thank him and acknowledge him and love him. Okay? Then we have growth. Through hard work comes growth. Through determination comes growth. Through recognition comes growth. Through authority can come growth. Okay? Authority in our own life. That's what I'm hearing in this card. It's like being willing to take chances, being willing to stand out from the crowd, right? To speak your truth. That's what this one's talking about. This card is loaded today. It's all about growth, right? 3 and 2 is 5. That's changes. Growth and strength creates changes in our reality. Growth and strength creates movement and authority. Okay? Very important. There's growth at hand right now, but in order to grow, you must accept the challenges. In order to grow, you must be willing to be different than those around you, or different than what you've always been. Okay, that's part of the message. Then we have mimicry. Mimicry. Especially with like twin flames, this message is also important because they mimic each other. Okay, they kind of mimic each other, so keep that in mind. What you're feeling, the other one might be feeling on the opposite end, or a different version of that, and so utilize that. Okay, but when we have mimicry here, it's almost about, growth and learning how others did things so that we can do things, sometimes in our own way, sometimes the right way. Does that make sense? So don't be afraid to realize and recognize that things in our environment are mimicking what we do. So take the time to grow out of those patterns. And that's what they're saying here. It's not what I expected. It doesn't quite go with the card all the way, but it does. But take the time to pay attention to the repeat patterns in your environment and to grow out of them. because that's where your abundance lies. And don't be afraid to be exposed. It is time to expose yourself. It is time to be exposed for the differences that we are. Exposure. It feels vulnerable. It feels scary. It feels like I'm going to be attacked. And that's what used to happen. Like when we cleared Salem, I've talked about Salem. It was darkness. Darkness came in and wiped out anything that was the light. And what did they call it? The witch trials. Fuck that. Okay. Little did you know they were doing like black magic and then killing anything of the light. It was so fucked up. Alright, so let's expose that shit. Right? Let's look at the patterns in our environment. Let's expose them for what they are so that we can grow out of them. That's exactly what is being said here. Look at the patterns in our environment. Expose them. Let them rise so that you can grow out of them and make different changes and create new authority within your life. Okay? This was truly a battle. This is truly a battle. Removing any darkness into the light. Removing any parts of ourselves that don't mesh, that create that patterning. Okay, this is an internal battle. It's a major internal battle. The ascension is all about the internal battle. So pay attention to what is mimicking and what is repeating in your environment. Pay attention to the behaviors of yours that are coming up that we need to change. Allow them to be exposed for the reason of growing out of them, okay, and winning that internal battle. This is a beautiful message I didn't expect. And the sacred space. Having that sacred space that you can go to, that you can dissect, that you can allow yourself to be exposed in, and to create the patterning with getting to know you, okay? I am drawn to the fact that there's two birds here. Like, there's love. There needs to be love in that sacred space. Feel love in that sacred space. Open up to love is what they're saying. This message is awfully powerful, okay? Awfully. Don't be afraid to allow things to be exposed within your environment in order to grow out of them, because that's what the exposure is about right now, to change things, to make things different, right? Ending that suffering, ending that battle that occurs within and that has been occurring on this planet for a millennium, okay? Creating that sacred space, having that sacred space where you can connect, where you can dump, where you can feel the patterning of spirituality. Does that make sense? So within spirituality, there's a pattern, and I call it the spiritual flow. And in order to be in your best self, your highest abundance, you've got to be in the spiritual flow, okay? That sacred space is a key piece to that spiritual flow. My sacred space is my room. The entirety of my room. I have my office. I have 2 offices put into one, basically, because I have 2 jobs, 2 careers. Literally, I do. And then I have my space over here. I've got my space of water over here with wood. I've got sacred space. Space that I feel comfortable. I can sit down and meditate in. That it feels like I can be safe being exposed in. That's super important. If you don't have it, create it. And don't let fucking people in it, right? Like, I only let my kids in here sometimes. And other times I'm like, get out. This is my space, okay? Don't be afraid of that. All right. This is all about further insight, okay? Insight. This card talks about the story of the crow. The crow is so genius, okay? They have cognitive ability, stuff we're not even aware, and they're highly spiritual connected. That's why I focus on the crows. They've been in my journey since day one. It's about stepping back into the sacred space to gain the proper insight. So what this crow did was realized he needed something out of the jar. But the thing was in the bottom of the jar, and if he stuck his face all the way in, he was going to drown. And so he thought about it. He took a step back. He paid attention to things. He thought about it. He paid attention to how the thing reacted within the water. And he realized, if I put rocks into this jar, it's going to displace this item in the water. It's going to draw it up, right? And so he took the time, stepped back, asked questions, worked to understand what he was working with, okay? Sacred space, he worked to understand what he was working with, and then he learned, if I put these pebbles in there, each one will cause that item to rise because it will become displaced in the water until he got his item, okay? That's what this whole entire message is talking to you about. The whole entirety of this message is telling you the same thing. Okay? It's an internal battle. He could have fought himself. He could have battled that out and never got the item. But he calmly went into a sacred space. He assessed. Okay? He accepted the challenge, and through growth, he was able to bring that item up with minimal effort. Really, all he did was had to put pebbles in there. He didn't have to fight it. He didn't have to try to break the jar. He didn't have to do anything like that wasn't going to work. Okay? He didn't battle himself. He went into a sacred space. He looked for patterns within the environment. He looked for ways that he could understand the item. And then he was willing to be exposed in that, and he took the steps to grow rather than battle. And he made it right. Like, he made it happen. Okay? This is a freaking deep message. I really like this message a lot. And I'm so proud of what we did with the eclipse. So very proud of that. Like, you have no idea. Spirit is absolutely validating they did not see it coming. Of all the things that they have attacked us with, we literally just attacked them in a very big way. You may not be aware of that, but you will. It's going to play out in your environment. So with the moon, that was their way of keeping us away from the sunlight, keeping us away from what matters, what kept us out of denser energy. The moon kept us in denser energy. Okay? It's part of a manipulation tactic, part of control. And literally, we bypassed it again. I moved the earth and I drew down the sun against their trying to control that and block that. Why would they do that? Because the sun had everything we needed to ascend. It has the light codes, has the DNA activations, and a part of it. It allows us to activate who we are. That's what it is. The DNA is already in us. It just allows us. It's like 7D energy. What I told you. Okay? And within the workshop, when I brought down the rays of the sun and Christ's light in the earth, it was like getting to know the earth. It was learning the blueprint. So that's why nurturing through nature right now is of utmost importance. That's where you're going to get everything you need. Right? Unless you work with somebody like me, right? You're going to need to do that. Like, it's very important. It may be gloomy. If it's gloomy in your area, go touch the earth. The earth is filled with that sunlight and Christ light. We just did massive amounts of Christ light and the light of the sun against their solar eclipse. So I'm very, lunar eclipse, whatever it was, I'm very proud of it. Very, very fucking proud of who I am. And I am honored to have a new DM and to see how strong he is and to watch him try to fill love into places where darkness has hurt. Okay? So we have 2 more cards I'm hearing at least out of this other deck, and we will be done for the collective message for today. This was an awesome message. This was a very powerful message. Show us what we need to see, please, and thank you. Ooh, somehow I saw that color. I saw that color before it even came out. Like, I saw the light. I saw the color. I feel like so sick. Just purging. Okay, 3 cards came out. Of course they did. Of course. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. All right. So this goes with everything that was said, but pretty much. This is igniting the fire, igniting the passion, igniting your soul's purpose, igniting who you are. Okay? Bringing us into the truth of who we are. But this is truly about passion. Finding your passion and utilizing it for your creation. Mystery, dark matter. This is talking about that internal battle. There's always something to be learned when we deal with the darkness that is inside us. Every time we heal a layer of that darkness, we come into new knowledge of ourselves. Okay? This is about allowing what is right to rise and eliminating what needs to be exposed again, because it brings you into your true passion. It will ignite your passion. Okay? It truly is about allowing those gifts to rise. Dark matter, mystery. Okay? There is answers within that. There is gifts hidden within those shadows. Truly, there's power here hidden within those shadows. There's passion hidden within those shadows. Okay? Silence and Snow talks about deep, deep meditation and preparation. Okay? Deep meditation for preparation. Get connected, get connected, get connected the best that you can. Be a clear channel, okay? It's like the snow. When the snow comes in, it kind of blankets everything. It cocoons it in. And that's what they're talking about, sacred space. Here, it really aligns with the message, okay? Allow that snow to blanket you in. Allow it to cocoon you in. Go within yourself. Eliminate the internal battle to expose what needs to be exposed. Pay attention to the patterns within your environment, and that is how you grow and heal the shadow, okay? But we must take actions against them, gaining further insight and knowledge as we go, doing things differently than we might have originally done in order to reach our maximum goal. I freaking love this message. So much love to all of you. I will see you tomorrow for Friday Hurts music. Ooh, Friday Hurts music. Ooh. Boom, 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 boom. I'm so excited. Hasta la vista. I will see you guys later.